What's up guys, Richie again. Today in this video, I'm back with another car explanation video for you guys for Fast and Furious. Today in this video, I am going to be talking to you guys about another car from the fourth installment of Fast and Furious. Today I'll be talking to you guys about the 1987 Buick Grand National. So this is a kind of an iconic car which I've always wanted to talk about for a long time, and now I've finally got the chance of talking about this car with you guys. So this is going to be good. And even another thing that's also going to be good is that the new Fast 11 movie, which will be out in like 2025, I think. So that'll be like after they start like the movie, and then they get to the middle, and then they finish off the movie. With the new movie, the new installment for Fast 11, they are going back into street racing, so that's gonna be pretty cool. As I've seen in like videos and like websites as well, that apparently the new Fast and Furious 11 movie, which will be the last one, presumably, it might be the last one. They're going back into street racing. As Craig Lieberman mentioned, who, for those who don't know who Craig Lieberman is, he is the technical advisor for the first two Fast and Furious movies, the Fast and the Furious 2001 and Too Fast Too Furious 2003. So the first one from 2001, and the second one from 2003. And he's the owner of the Supra from the first movie, and then the Skyline from the second movie. And he's been tinkering on cars since the 1980s, and he's owned more than 40 cars in his life. Some were heroes, some were zeros. But then also, he owned another car from the first movie. He owned the Supra from the first one, the GTR from the second one, and then Vince's Maxima from the first movie. There we go. And then over the next 3 years, he started Universal as a technical advisor. He helps choose the cars, secure the parts, in both production and even post-production. And then I've seen videos of this before, and there was one that I seen that he talked about of how Fast and Furious 11 is going to go back into street racing, but on a very short budget. They're going to be doing a budget of less than $200 million. They're going back to their old roots, like they did with the first movie. They started off with a low budget. They made less than $40 million, like $39 million for the first movie. And then they're going to do something like that with the last installment, which presumably will be the last one, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I don't know if it will be, but apparently it might be, or no. It might be or not. I don't know, but I'll have to find out eventually. Like, the movie is like not going to be out until like next year, presumably, because in 2025, I think they're going to be releasing the last movie of the franchise. I don't know when, but presumably they might do it. I got no idea, but I heard something about this long ago, like that they're gonna be doing the last one. But there's only one way to find out. Like, again, don't know if it will be the last one, but presumably it could be. I'm just saying this because I have a feeling they might do another one after this, or not. I don't know, but presumably it might be the last one. Just have to wait for the movie to be out, and then we'll see if it will be or not. We'll see where that takes place. Alright, so today in this video, I'll be talking to you guys about another car from the fourth installment. Today, I'll be talking to you guys about the 1987 Buick Grand National. So, before I start, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, comment down below what you guys think, hit the notification bell, and hit all so you are alerted of when I make new uploads. Alright, without any further ado, let's get cracking. So, the 1987 Buick Grand National from Fast and Furious, the fourth one from 2009. Some overviews first, so let's get started. So the manufacturer is by Buick, by GM, which is General Motors. So General Motors. The make is a Buick. The model, it does say Buick Regal, which is REG, so REGAL, but its actual name is Grand National. Production years from 1987. The model status is discontinued. Body and chassis next. The class is a mid-size. The body style is a two-door coupe or two-door coupe. For the engine, it's got a Buick 3.8 liter turbocharged V6, so it's a single turbo. Body mods includes a stock GNX body kit. For specialty mods, it's got a MSD ignition system, Turbonetics intercooler, TA performance cylinder heads, and Wenco drive shaft, which is spelled WENCO. So the drive shaft. For the wheels, it's got 15 by 8 inch black Krager Soft 8 wheels. For the tires, it's got General Grabber HP. For the front is 235/60 R15s, and then at the rear it's 275/60 R215s. For the suspension mods, it's got Hotchkiss springs and shocks. So springs and shocks. For the paint color, it's got Jack's Auto Body Gloss Black. Character information. The driver is Dominic Toretto, played by Vin Diesel. The use is for hijacking fuel tankers in the Dominican Republic. For the status, it's survived. The films is from Fast and Furious 2009. So the 1987 Buick. So the 1987 Buick Grand National is a minor car in the Fast and the Furious series, appearing only in Fast and Furious 2009. Next up is history. So Fast and Furious 2009. Here we go. Dominic Toretto uses this car while hijacking fuel tankers in the Dominican Republic. Dom drives up beside the fuel tanker while Letty jumps onto the tanker. She then uses a nitrogen spray gun and a hammer to unlock two of the tanks while Dom drives the Buick in front of the tanker to slow it down. However, when the driver sees Letty on top of the tank, he starts swerving to knock her down, even ramming into the Buick and shooting at it because Tego Leo played by Tego Calderon and Rico Santos, played by Don Omar himself. So you might have seen Don Omar in like music videos and whatnot. Say Don Omar. So because Tego Leo and Rico Santos cannot unhook themselves from the containers and are being dragged with the fuel tanker, Dom has Letty spray the hitch with nitrogen again and rams the car in between, separating the containers. He then has Letty jump onto the car and get into the passenger seat. However, one of the oil tanks come loose and explodes. Dom reverses to avoid being hit by the flaming and rolling oil tank. but he reaches the end of a cliff with the road itself being blocked by the fallen tanker. Dom revs the engine and drives precisely under the flaming tank as it rolls over the Buick's head, and so like over the Buick. And Dom and Letty watch as the tank hits the tanker, exploding and falling off the cliff. Next up is trivia. Some of the cars used for stunts were built up Buick Regals, designed to look like the Grand National, despite often being referred to as a Grand National GNX. The car in the film is not the GNX trim, rather it's merely the Grand National. The production the production team built 8. That's right, 8 cars. Say 8 of these cars, and installed CNC slide brakes and Willwood calipers in the rear to help facilitate stunt demands. So the production team built 8 of these cars and installed CNC slide brakes. So CNC slide brakes and Willwood calipers in the rear to help facilitate stunt demands. And last up is production notes. God, it's gonna be a long one. The production team built 8 of these cars. Hold on. So yeah. So production notes. So it has the same one on there. So the production team built 8 of these cars and installed CNC slide brakes and Willwood calipers in the rear to help facilitate stunt demands. The most unusual of these 7 Grand Nationals built was one with the body mounted backward on the frame, so it could be driven at speed while appearing to be going backwards. It's kind of clever. So the most unusual of the 7 Grand Nationals. So 7 Grand Nationals built was one with the body mounted backwards, so the other way around, on the frame, so it could be driven at speed while appearing to be going backwards. To get the engine tucked under the trunk lid or boot lid, however, the turbocharger and its plumbing had to be removed, so it was like naturally aspirated. Most of the other GNs retained their original turbo V6s, though a couple had Chevy Crate V8s installed. The Buick Grand National used for the reverse scene is actually facing the wrong way on the chassis. The body is sitting backwards with the engine in the trunk or in the boot, and the rear differential under the hood. The driver's seat, where Vin Diesel sat during the shooting of the scene, faces through the windshield, windscreen, but the car was actually operated by a driver sitting long ways across the back seats, with the real steering wheel being where the rear seat back would be found, and the gas and brake pedal along the side of the car behind Vin Diesel's seat. Alright, and that is it, guys. So if you guys like this video, like and subscribe, comment down below what you guys think, hit that notification bell and hit all so you are alerted of when I make new uploads. Alright, it's gonna end it there. I'll see you guys in the next video, but until then, stay safe, have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.